Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Nur Hasana. I'm from 4C. This is the article summary video, and I want to share about a summaries article. This is the first article. In article, this is about discussing English teachers' reflection in designing instruments of affective assessment on scientific approach. But literally, it's about attitudes or characters and then characterization. It's not only for teachers, but also it's for students when they are in learning process of language. And also, something happens with education, especially for English classroom, for assessing the characteristics of students. So that's why this is very important to reflect our education, especially for teaching English. And then this article is related to second article. Why? Because the second article tells about control acts, and then requests, orders, and then prohibitions, and also verbal move. Why verbal move? And then also control acts? Because our education now is very focused on attitude domain or attitude skills, and also this is a very mixed English teachers and students more attention with this, and also the family or the family agent is very continue to make their children teach or teach them to have a good power, have a good control in act, especially characters when they are in the school and also outside classroom. And next is about writing skills. Writing skills is also the reaction for the children when students or children want to know the control act like a positive act. So this is the education is intends to make the changes, the instructions, and also curriculum to improve the students' writing, because it is to share of themselves through their writing, and then in the same way that they also focus on their speaking. But suddenly, sometimes when we do writing, we do not have a good confidence with our writing. So it needs the power to make us confident in our writing. So it's very related in previous episode how to make our control acts like power reaction or power reflection. And then also it is about writing tools and plus the assessment of this skill. Why? When we want to something the accurate our writing, it must should we have authentic or the real world uh, to be attention to describe the things, but the thing is abstract. So if the students will not have a good explanation when they do the writing skills. And this article to explain about description how the English teachers can be implementing the authentic assessment, especially for writing skills. And then the authors want to winding some serious assessment in techniques and instruments in writing skills because in this um, assessment many teachers have problem when they assess the writing because they think that to assess the student's writing it should have a good criteria like uh, grammar and then structures and then vocabulary and also the ordering or organizational text. And then next is about student reaction in a high school. This relates in writing too, but when we are productive skills, also we need to comprehend or learn about the another productive skill. It's speaking skill. In this student reaction, not only focus on writing, but she can do some report and then the report is using when they are choosing a major in science. So like they should do report the laboratories activities and it but it is very much limited of time. Why? Because they must have more time to make a report laboratories and then especially this this is make the teachers also reflect how the students evaluation about the report when they give to the teachers it is effective or not. And then previous article is also related to this article. It's about some traditional um, reality. Uh, why? Because in this article, the authors attempt to understand the important consequences with combination of some stimulus different response. So when the students are choosing the science major in high school, they have the some critical thinking to organize their learning. So it means they they should have a good habit to make their stimulus always stable. But some students not have a good um, reaction when they do some writing or report in laboratories uh, to to give it to their teachers. And then this article have the strategies how to make the students can improve their communication and stimulus. They are intellectual strategies and then organizational learning. To strategize this is very important to make their studying is more stable. And then the next article is about for teachers, relates to the teachers because the teachers in now they are should have a good character for a student like model. So the authors attend this article to design and implement a transformational opportunity for future credential candidates prior to their study to their student learning because it's very less experience if they want uh, teach um, to teach the students, and then if they have less experience, it means they cannot uh, change or they cannot prepare how they teach the real world experience to the students because this case required teacher candidates to more attention with the real world or real activities for students. And then it is the example for a teacher's preparation or reaction for another country about teacher's preparation in English um, language. This article investigates the language learners' perception of uniqueness of English as an EFL teacher. It seeks to understand the distinguishing characteristics of EFL teachers because the studies reflect to the first characteristics and but unsurprisingly the teachers give higher priority to some characteristics. For example, like motivation, but all of these are used different in levels various teachers and employees. And then the other case is like to indicate the Japanese learners perceive about English language learners to be unique along four central dimensions, like the content, how to the teachers' preparation in the classroom, and then how can they uh, to be a good model, and then how can they make the students enjoyable with uh, English language. So it means like Japanese English language learners want that the English teachers use a real word to make their studying or their learning process is to be it could be meaningful and more real to in order to engage the students more more focused on the priority to learn English language. And this is the bilingual second language. Like this intends to investigate which is for the bilingual language, but also it's for reported that exposure to English in the form of relatively high quality, truly bilingual curriculum.